Hey, before we do this, just want to say that I am praying for all my friends in Jersey, specifically around Kearny. Sounds like you guys had a rough go with that storm. I had no idea until yesterday. So please stay safe. Gosh, it hurts to hear that. It really does, because I love that town and I love you guys. So just want to say that before we do this. Good morning. How are you today? Who's ready for a cup of joe? Ooh, sinuses are a little stuffy, but not bad. 61 degrees here. So fall has arrived. Yay. I love fall. Fall's my favorite time of year. Reminds me, I used to do that marching band thing, be it teaching or judging or whatever. Man, I love the bus trips and I love driving through, especially Indiana in the fall. It's really cool. I really liked it. Anyway, I hope you had a great day yesterday and that you're going to have a great one today. Also, it's the weekend and it's a long weekend, so that's cool too. So hopefully have some plans for that extra day off that some of you are going to get. I don't have an extra day off because I'm not working right now, but I do have an interview at 11 a.m., so we'll see what happens. Anyway, so another anchor around Biden's neck. A leaked phone call between him and the Afghan president discussing the situation in Afghanistan a couple of weeks before the country fell. Or, I guess 3 weeks or so. He had been on Stephanopoulos, or had been interviewed by Stephanopoulos, I guess a couple of weeks before that, saying everything, we're going to get everybody out and everything's going to be fine and blah, blah, blah. And then there was another press conference after this one. Is Afghanistan going to fall? No. Everything's going to be good and we're going to get everybody out. And then they kept walking it back to now apparently about 10% of Americans didn't get out. That's the number I heard yesterday. That'll change. And that from weeks and months to come, this is just going to be an anchor around him. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good at all. Anyway, regardless of whether you like him or not. Anyway, let's talk about this phone call. I have it right here. You can read it yourself. And he says to the Afghan president in this leaked transcript, we'll get to that in a second, I need not tell you the perception around the world and in parts of Afghanistan, I believe, is that things are not going well in terms of the fight against the Taliban. And there is a need, whether it is true or not, there is a need to project a different picture. This is the president of the United States telling the president of Afghan, look, whatever's going on, just make it sound like everything's cool and you got it under control. All right. Joe Biden coaching the Afghan president. Look, I'm not going to get into whether this is an impeachment or not an impeachable offense, or you decide for yourself what you want to think about this. But I know there's screaming impeachment now, which isn't going to happen, by the way. This is about how they weaponize this process, and now it's not going away anymore. Now, did Biden F up here? Of course he did. This is, you don't say stuff, whatever's going on, just tell people everything's cool. So, I guess that's insight into his character, right? I mean, come on, if he's telling everybody else this, what do you think he does? Do you think he doesn't do this? Come on. Oh, Maron. Anyway, let's go back in time, shall we? I guess about two and a half years ago. An impeachment process that was started with the quid pro quo call to the president of the Ukraine. It basically came down to 6 people saying that one person heard something on the call. And then, of course, that transcript was leaked. And once again, it was open to debate, open to discussion. If you hated Trump, it was an obvious infraction. If you loved Trump, everything was fine. Now, in this situation, all of Biden's supporters are going to say it's fine. All the Trump haters are going to say this is impeachable. Okay? There's no doubt that's going to happen. Like I said, you do what you got to do. I don't care. But here's the problem. That entire impeachment process was a bag of dog shit because it was 6 people saying that they heard one person say something. And then on the stand, during testimony, the guy says, so he's asked, did you hear that? Did you hear what they said? He's like, no. And this is a guy that hated Trump. This wasn't a Trump supporter on the stand. Imagine a trial. That's, first of all, a trial where 6 people heard something that somebody said, and let's bring everybody in front of a judge. We wouldn't even get that far. Because they would immediately ask that person, did you hear whatever everybody said? And he would have been like, no. All right, let's move on to the next case, please. But no, this is Washington, D.C. This is a deep, visceral hatred that I had never seen a group of people have for another group of people in my life. I've never seen anything like it. Anything like it. So bizarre. Anyway. So now they're talking about impeachment. We need to impeach Joe Biden on this. We need to impeach Joe Biden on this. Now, did Biden screw up here? Oh yeah, this is going to be between this phone call, just the whole Afghanistan thing. You've got inflation that's going to start flying through the roof pretty soon, and all other things. The party's in trouble. Now we'll see what happens. Maybe they don't lose the House and Senate. And maybe they do. Because if you look back historically, that first midterm for a first-term president, usually not good. Matter of fact, always not. Going back to Reagan, I think. Okay, so what happens here? I don't know, man. What happens is that this is just another example of how the impeachment process was abused by the Democrats. It should have never happened. But then again, you had a fake dossier that they tried to, we keep talking about coup attempts and there was an insurrection. It was, okay, we'll talk about that some other time. I don't even want to get into that. I do know for a fact, in the news, all you have to do is watch read nonpartisan accounts of what happened 4 years ago where there was a dossier. And Trump's a Russian asset, which is all bullshit, complete bullshit. Not because I like Trump or dislike Trump, because that's what the spreadsheet said. That's what the testimony said. He was investigated twice by people that absolutely deplore him, hate his guts. They twice they went after this guy, and there was no evidence. Trump was not a Russian asset. Why? There's no evidence. Whether I like the guy or I don't. If I never hear that man's voice again, I'm good to go. Believe me when I tell you. And if I liked him, I'd say, what do I care? If you know me, I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking. It's the way it is. This isn't good, man. This isn't good. Now, let's talk about leaking transcripts. It's a pretty shitty thing to do. I don't know. As much as I don't like presidents, some of them and whatever, they need to have the ability to do shit behind doors that we don't need to know about. The results we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless if we had ever seen this transcript or not, the result of the Afghanistan deal was he really blew this. The entire thing was a disaster. And please, let's not get into how he communicated. Well, you need to get into the nuance of what he's saying. How about we get into the nuance of what Trump said at the beginning of the COVID thing? Now, he communicated it really, really bad, and he deserved to take a big fat hit over it. But right away, Democrats couldn't wait to talk about his intentions and this and that and the other thing. This is what he meant and this is what he meant. Well, we can't do that now with this? Of course we can. You hold everybody to the same standard, and if you start doing that, maybe there's a return to some level of normalcy. Some level. But no. I'm in Party A, so Party B doesn't get to do that. But Party A does. Why? Because you're more morally righteous than the other party? Oh, dear Lord. Really? Golly. Oh, my gosh. My gosh. So anyway, this impeachment thing now it will become a political tool. Back in the day, they knew. You go back and read about what some people said about this. You're going all the way back to, oh man, I'm going to mess up. I'm pretty sure it was Jefferson, but I'm going to go. There have been plenty of writings by plenty of politicians saying someday The impeachment process will be weaponized. And I'm paraphrasing. They didn't use the word weaponized. Will be abused. And here we are. Because I don't know if the Republicans run on, we're going to impeach this guy. We're going to impeach him for Afghanistan. We're going to impeach him for Afghanistan. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just saying it probably won't go well. I don't know if that's going to help them or not. I don't even know if they need to do it. Because this administration's tripping over its own penis day after day after day. What are they getting right? Well, they're doing the COVID thing right. What did they do? What did this administration do? Other than continue whatever process was already, no, that's not true. He did this and he did that. Oh, stop. I don't think Trump would have done this any better or worse. I don't think Biden, given the way we've seen some of the things that he's done, and certainly the way he's botched things up, I don't think there's any doubt that, at least for me, not much of a doubt that it might not have gone better or than what Trump did. But then again, I don't know if anybody would have. It's been so long since we did anything like this, right? Anyway, strap in, because now you're going to get, this is just a new layer. Impeachment. We're going to impeach him for this and that. And oh, by the way, we're going to invoke the, I forget which amendment it was. Oh, his brain's not well. And well, that's obvious. He was elected. Everyone knowing this guy doesn't, like I've been saying, he can't spell his name if you don't spot him the vowels. This guy, he's just not there sometimes. Get him some applesauce and a bingo card. Move on, Joe. Oh, man. And then the last part of this is, it'll just be another split in the wedge. I don't know. Did I say that right? Another wedge being tapped into the wood to split it apart. Because this, let's have two Americas solution is the death of all of us. It'll never happen. It won't work. It won't work. It'll be an absolute, utter disaster. Please. If you take anything from what I'm saying, the two-state solution. How about that? The two-country solution. Two-state solution. Oh, my gosh. That is not a good idea, man. It's a terrible idea. It is a terrible, terrible idea. If you want to experience history, and I'll leave it with this. If you want, people that don't like history, you're going to experience it. If you want to experience 16th or 15th through 19th century Europe, let's split into two countries. And you watch how fast that falls apart. Because it won't just stay two. Oh my gosh, please. Impeachment. I don't know if we should impeach this guy or not. I do know that this is a complete screw up. This is a disaster. And leaking documents is not good. It's just not good. Well, there is one more thing. I forgot. Like I've said before, the one thing that I give Trump complete credit for is that he showed how awful the deep state is, how terrible these human beings are. Disgusting monsters. Brenner. All these clowns. They're just awful, awful human beings. Well, looks like they have flipped a switch. Because there's no Trump people in this administration. Nobody. In the underpinnings of this administration that's going to leak that document. They don't exist. They have no contact. They have no control. The only way this document gets leaked if it's somebody close to Biden or it's somebody that has access to all of this stuff. And who are those people? Those are the Brennans of the world. Oh my gosh. It's not good. Anyway, to be continued, right? Impeachment. Look, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to be slamming some drums tonight at the Louisville City game. Probably go to the game tomorrow too, since I don't have a lot going on. And I'm going to Madison next week, I think. Yeah, man, I need to get away from here for a couple of days. I've got some, I got some cash saved, and I'm okay right now. So I just need to get away for a couple of days. We all need to do that, right? Anyway, I love you, and I mean that. I truly do. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Talk to your friends. Please talk to your friends. Communicate. Work things out. Reach out across the water. Reach out. I'm being an idiot because it's time to get on. I love you.